Yo, I've been in the front line. I shot for the moon, I didn't care about the star sign. Shot with a halftime 4-5. I'm messing up the damn line. Tiptoeing around landmine. Girl crying on the landline. Lord's prayer like 10 times. Our Father who art in heaven. Lord, I pray for the 267. But who gon' pray for me though? Most y'all niggas claim life is a movie. Y'all niggas life is B-roll. Y'all niggas are the Tito and the Jackson 5.
What's up, everybody? It's your local hero, aka the last vaccine, aka nobody calls me that. I don't know why I'm coming up with AKAs, but it's Briann Bc. Yeah, and I'm with Boogie Bangers. Big shout out to Boogie Bangers. This is a rite of passage if you're a rapper, alright? You hear me? Any rappers in Zim, this is a rite of passage. Who is Briann Bc? Briann Bc is a rapper, obviously, hip-hop artist. I'm based in Bostwana, but Zim is my home away from home. I love music. The center of my music is obviously hip-hop and rap music, but I can be experimental. I can go from neo-soul, if you want me to float on those kind of beats, I can float on a trap beat. I'm versatile. You can listen to my last project, Briann My Hero, and you know what I mean. But yeah, hip-hop rap, that's my genre right there. I think musically, I take influence from so many people, so many. But if I was to put it down, I'd say probably Smino, Mac Miller, Kendrick Lamar, JID. For talking local acts, a big inspiration of mine was Nicky Diamonds, because he showed me that I could make the music that I wanted to make and there'll be a market for it. And then in terms of presentation, like I present myself as an artist, there's been artists like Denim Woods, like Obi David, who like give me like inspiration. So I think I can look at them in terms of how to present yourself as an artist, not necessarily my sound. My sound is very unique. I get a lot of Chance the Rapper comparisons, but it doesn't faze me too much. My creative process is quite simple. I think the easiest way to define it is, unless I'm making my own beats, 'cause sometimes I can make my own beats and think of a song on the spot, but usually I get a beat or I make a beat and I loop it. After that, I just like murmur into my phone. This musical moment is something that I'm gonna remember or like use later on. And then either when I'm in the shower, on the shank, or playing soccer, that's when the words will actually flood my head. And I'll be like, man, I've been struggling because of 1, 2, and 3. A lot of my music is very personal because I take it from personal experience and the life I've lived. After that, that's when I start putting words to the melodies that I came up in my head. And before you know it, I got a song, and that's my creative process. Not much, but it gets the job done. The come up. This is quite awkward because I don't really think I'm up yet. Like, I think I'm on the come up still, but I think my story starts at Pizza House. It was Interact. It was a talent show, and I told myself if nobody liked me perform at the show, then I wasn't gonna drop music. And you know, everybody loved me. It was light work. It was light work, man. I came back to Botswana, I performed again, told myself the same thing. If nobody likes me, I'm not dropping anything. And both crowds gave me a great response. Big shout out to everybody who was there at the time. And now my story is started. I'm all ears. What's next for Briann Bc? I really want to work with more Zimbabwean artists. I think I've integrated myself into the Botswana artist scene quite a bit. People know me as a rapper here, but I think I'd love to work with more Zimbabwean artists. On my mixtape, Briann My Hero, all my features were actually Zimbabwean. That wasn't even on purpose. That was just me working with people that I thought were great artists. So yeah, what's next for me is more music, more great music, and more Zimbabwean features, hopefully. So the meaning behind my mixtape, Briann My Hero, is basically about how I'm finally living out my dream in essence. Briann My Hero is something that I want to be uttered everywhere because I made a difference in the industry. I don't just want to be a passing phase. I want to be someone of influence who actually did something. So when it comes to Briann My Hero, I could talk on this forever, but yeah, in a nutshell, it's me trying to be a hero, because that's what I am, your local hero. So Pray is a very deep song because it talks about me praying for my nation, Botswana, in a deep prayer it's easy to groove with. The song has drums and nice chords. The beat was made by me. And it starts with, I've been in the front line. I shot for the moon, I didn't care about the start sign. Shot with a halftime, 4-5. I'm messing up the damn line. And basically what that means is I've been in the front line in the military or like in a war are the people who get straight into action. Like they're in the front. So obviously you get the shots immediately. I've heard so many people say discouraging things and I've heard all these doubts about me making music and I've been in the front line. But what I did was I shot for the moon and didn't care about a star sign. And I'm a Gemini, that's my star sign, but I didn't mean it in terms of being a star sign like that. I just meant like anything that anybody thinks is predefined. Anyone who tells me Brian is supposed to be this way, either because I'm a Gemini or the day I was born or my whatever, any star signs, anybody who tells me I'm supposed to live my life in a certain area, I'm just saying I'm shooting for the moon. Regardless of what you say, I'm moving on. That's why I went tiptoeing around landmines, girl crying on a landline. Lord's Prayer like 10 times, our Father who art in heaven. Lord, I pray for the 267, which is basically about how there's so many landmines I could trigger. You know, I could step on a bomb and do things wrong, and my girl's calling me and everything's falling apart. But all my prayers are going to my country because that's what I really care about. I really care about the 267 over everything. That's where my prayers are going. But who's gonna pray for me though? Most of y'all niggas claim life is a movie. Y'all niggas' life is B-roll. Y'all niggas are the Tito in the Jackson 5. Cause I'm the hero in this life of crime. This spotlight of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. What that basically means is I don't know who's praying for me when I'm praying for my country. Cause it's very like, yo, as long as Botswana is good, I don't really give. And a lot of people say life is a movie and everything is rosy when they're not even living life to the fullest. And I'm saying if I ever get this light, this spotlight of mine, the spotlight that I have on me right now, I'm gonna let it shine. Which is reminiscent of, I think it's a hymn or the church song, This Little Light of Mine. So yeah, the song is pretty religious. I'm gonna let it shine. It's a mental game. It's harder to use your brain on new terrain. On rainy days, I have to turn things upside down without a kiss from Mary Jane, is all I'm saying. In these superhero movies, because I'm a hero in my EP, Briann my hero. And in these superhero movies, usually when Spider-Man saves Mary Jane from bad guys, he gets a kiss from Mary Jane, an immediate reward almost. And in my case, when things are rainy and everything's upside down, I have to use my mental strength to persevere. There's no immediate reward for me. I have to wait for that if it's gonna come. And I just have to go off faith. I'm just a little man like Marlon Wayans, but I see my brother go through major pain, so I had to grow a pair and pave the way. All in Jesus' name. But hey, so yeah, Lil Man is a movie by Marlon Wayans, and then Major Pain is a movie by his older brother. And so there was a little story there, how my brother did music and I'm doing music, and it's a bar. Please don't sleep on that. But hey, I'm a hypocrite. I sin a little bit. A 9 out of 10 was unsolicited. Will I be forgiven? The rapture's imminent. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I'm a hypocrite. As much as this song is about, you know, how I'm using Jesus' faith to go along, how I'm praying for my country, how my life is led, and I'm using my spotlight to shine and everything. I sin. I sin just like everybody else. I lie sometimes. I cheat sometimes. I steal sometimes. The list goes on. But the rapture's coming. Will I be forgiven? Nobody knows, and I don't want to think about it. Then I say, I should drink or take a sip, maybe smoke. And my parents are hearing this. I joke, I kid, I go with the flow, I move with the wind, I grow every day, and I dream really big. If I offend, then please forgive. I'm in, I win. Which, well, yeah, basically, if my parents heard that line about drinking and smoking, mom and dad, I do not do those things. And not just my biological parents, but also like, you know, yeah. So I just, yeah, guys, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I go with the flow, I move with the wind. That's an Eminem flow, an old Eminem flow that I kind of put my own spin on to give homage to him. And I just love that flow. Everybody loves that flow. This is everyone's favorite song on the project. In the song, there's a feature from Nicki Diamonds. It's a surprise feature. It's supposed to catch everybody by surprise. I think that's what it did. It's commercially, my favorite song on the project. Most people's favorite song as well. Briann, You're My Hero's out now. Please go stream it. Everybody, please go watch Boogie Bangers. Big shout out to Boogie Bangers for having me. Man, it's been great. I'll see you guys. Peace.
I'm just a little man like Marlon Wayans, but I see my brother go through major pain, so I had to grow up here and pave a way. All in Jesus' name. But hey, I'm a hypocrite.
I didn't know what to do.
Do that outro again.
Okay, look. What did I say? I don't even remember. Briann, You're My Hero.
Hold on. Let's. Okay, yeah. No. Yeah.
Spotlight of mine.